Welcome to Evolve Together with Empower People, where people are power. I'm Tiffany Joy Greene, MBA. Here, clarity cuts, humor heals, and purpose drives transformation. Join the movement at www.empowerpeople.org and connect with us on YouTube, TikTok, LinkedIn, and Facebook, because when people are power, purpose wins. Welcome to Evolve Together with Empower People. I'm Tiffany Joy Greene, and today we begin 2026 with awareness, not anxiety. Most people scroll headlines, we interpret them, not to indoctrinate, but to clarify what's happening between the noise and inside us. Every week, we will ground in history, examine today's real signals, and then ask the actionable question, what do we do next? Let's begin. This week in history reminds us that visibility, accountability, and choice shape how power evolves. On December 27th, Charles Darwin set sail on the HMS Beagle in 1831. The journey that led to the theory of evolution wasn't instantaneous, it was curiosity, evidence, and patience. On December 28th, in 1832, John C. Calhoun becomes the first U.S. Vice President to resign. Power doesn't always collapse outward. Sometimes it shrinks from within. On January 1st, New Year's Day and the Emancipation Proclamation legacy. January 1st became a symbol of liberation when Lincoln's Emancipation Proclamation took effect in 1863. Even as enslaved people's experience of this day was historically complex and traumatic. On January 2nd, Malheur National Wildlife Refuge occupation in 2016, an armed militia held a 41-day standoff at Malheur Refuge to protest federal land management, a moment where protest, visibility, and governance collided. These moments weren't tidy, they weren't comfortable, they were visible, and that visibility forced others, the public, institutions, governments, to respond. This week asks us, when the truth is seen, how do we choose to act? Enhanced subsidies under the Affordable Care Act expired as the new year began, increasing costs for millions of Americans. Purpose lens, when coverage vanishes, stability for families evaporates. Shrinking safety nets are economy signals, but very personal realities. President Trump warned the U.S. would intervene in Iran if protesters are killed. A geopolitical stance with domestic implications. Purpose lens, diplomacy demands credibility, anchored in consistent principles. Words without consistent follow-through risk becoming hollow promises. Venezuela expressed willingness to talk with the U.S. on drug trafficking cooperation, a potential shift in engagement. Purpose lens, even adversarial relationships can open channels of negotiation, and that's a testament to persistence in diplomacy. Walls may separate us, but conversation can bridge us. Global markets started the year with optimism, suggesting continued demand and investment, especially in technology sectors. Purpose lens, financial graphs look like trends, but they affect real lives, homes, jobs, and retirement. The market can rally without everyday people feeling secure. Across TikTok, users have been sharing their exit songs for 2025, tracks that symbolize what they want to leave behind and what they're stepping into. This trend isn't about music popularity, it's about collective narrative and identity, choosing a lens through which a generation closes one chapter and opens another. Purpose lens, culture often reveals what people feel before they articulate it. When a community chooses an exit song, they're not just playing music, they're naming meaning. Here's how to turn signal into agency. 1. Pay attention to your internal signals first. News impacts emotion before judgment. Notice how stories make you feel. 2. Separate cognition from chaos. Awareness activates. Anxiety immobilizes. 3. Engage locally. Act globally. Your sphere reflects outward. Influence is built bottom up. 4. Build context habits. Don't react to headlines. Interpret them with purpose. And 5. Invest in clarity. Purpose doesn't happen by accident. It's designed. If the tension you're feeling, this sense of complexity without clarity, feels personal, that's exactly what we address in a Purpose Reset Architecture session. Check it out. The link is on the screen. Clarity is leadership, not confusion, not reaction, purpose. This isn't just another recap of the news. This is Evolve Together with Empower People, where visibility becomes insight, where historic signals become personal agency, where people, not chaos, remain the power. The question isn't what happened. The question is, what will you do now? Stay awake, stay grounded, stay purposeful. Empower people, where people are power. Let's evolve together. Don't forget to hit subscribe and join Empower People for free.